Y'all, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. It has to be said. Okay? Anybody who works with music, I don't give a damn if you are a vocalist, an instrumentalist, if you're a DJ, a producer. I don't give a damn if you ham bone.
Did she say ham bone? Ham bone, ham bone, have you heard, Mom?
On rhythm, on beat. I implore y'all, and I mean I beg y'all, I plead that you learn music theory.
Now, wait a minute. You have my attention. I feel very strongly about this. Let's make sure that you handle this properly, sis. You have my attention.
Basic music theory. I'm not even asking for you to learn jazz theory. That's what I learned. That's what I went to school for. I'm not even asking that you learn upper level music theory. Now, you can go that far if you want. Basic music theory.
All right, so far so good. You're absolutely right. We're not even asking you to, go past the sophomore theory exam or anything like that. Just the basics. Just the basics. Understanding how key.
I'm talking treble clef, bass clef. Every good boy deserves fudge. FACE. What?
Well, this every. I'm about to show my age. When I came through, it was every good boy does fine, but I understand. We're in a new day, and we have new acronyms, new money.
Does that spell face? And that's me, girl. Please. And most importantly, really, most importantly, a key signature.
Oh my freaking God, what are you talking about? There is nothing more comical to me than when you have someone that's making a track or something like that, and then they have the 808s, but the 808s are not in key. But listen, it will change your life. I have someone who told me that. See, we take stuff for granted because I have different ideas about theory and things like that, but I totally understand what you're saying. Back to the show.
The key signature. The key signature. The keys. The key will help you navigate the sound. The key will help you navigate the sound. The key will help you navigate the sound. The sound will be based off of the notes that go within that key. Okay?
Now pay attention, I'm about to be very, very creative. There are no wrong notes. You can make any note fit anywhere if you know what you're doing. Here's the reason why you need to know theory.
When I say key, I'm talking key signature, right? So you have, let's say you have C. C is a super easy one. For some.
All right, I'm going to keep my regular voice for this one. If C is not easy for you, music is not for you. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. Now I'm being judgmental. Back to the...
For most. C is typically the key signature that folks will start off with. So when we hear shit like every good boy deserves fudge, on a treble clef, that's all of the lines. Y'all might not even know what this is. Oh my God. Please.
Let's stay with it. Let's not become elitist. Don't do that.
Please, I am not trying. I am telling y'all. And I'm telling you this from somebody.
Let's clock the credentials.
Who used to know this stuff, stopped doing it to go to sports, and then wound up going to school for music and then getting...
Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to address some things. But you're looking at somebody who's been doing this for well over 40 years. And I'm talking about playing and learning.
Thrown in to upper level jazz music theory. And that is a very, very different type of theory than...
I'm sorry, darling, but I understand where you're trying to go, but we have to understand that theory is just theory. Now, some different genres.
Classical, I don't care what nobody say. There's a reason why black musicians started doing bebop, because white folks was stealing their shit and they couldn't keep up with the bebop. The theory...
I don't think so. Because for that to be true, it means that bebop would have to have been around back when Beethoven was.
It will help you name and understand the music that you're creating. And
now here is where the point of contention comes in. I'm going to try to keep this very brief. I really don't think that understanding theory is helping you to necessarily improve what you're creating. But I do think that it will help you to understand, but I don't think that it necessarily makes it better. Actually, in some cases, I can argue to where it probably would be a hindrance. But that's a talk show for another day because, like I said, you're betting a test.
I know that might sound like, but I promise you, you want to take your sound to the next level?
And invest some time. About as much time as I need to invest in some clippers because I have a hair that is wild. I know you've been seeing it. But yes, let's go on and see what she says next. She's doing...
Find a teacher who's willing, who you can maybe pay out of pocket. If you want to go to school for it, you can. If you can go to school for it and you can get scholarships and stuff, do so.
Now, I understand that we freestyle on videos, and I get all of that. But this little part, this section right here, we could probably edit it out because it's totally, because I'm going to tell you something in just a second. But let's do it.
Honestly, much of what I learned in music school, I could have learned from a private teacher.
While I agree with that, I could also say that for producing and things of that nature, what you would need, you could get off of YouTube for free. Yes! ChatGPT too?
I could have. The only thing that it helped me with is the connections to be able to perform because all of my professors were also performers.
Again, with the freestyling, now in this part, you kind of contradicted another thing that you said, but I'm not nitpicking because right now, you have about a 95. So you're doing good. I'm not going to nitpick.
Most of my professors still perform to this day. Touring. Mind you, they're in their 60s and 70s. And they're still performing and touring to this day. Everything else, you can learn from a private instructor. So, please, Lord have mercy on me.
I understand. I get it. I have some friends that would probably tear a new asshole, and I have some friends who would probably applaud it. We'll never agree on everything, but you're pretty right. But in my final analysis, let me just tell you this. Unless... Okay. And what you should learn?
What you should learn pertaining to music theory should be whatever theory is pertinent to what you're producing. And that's the actual and factual.
And with that being said, I'm going to get back to creating. Thank you so much for tuning in. You have a good day.
In other words, Music Man out.